Yo.
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, 1.
Hello and welcome back. Yes, izolo siphume ngesamagundane. We couldn't say goodbye.
Oh, the internet cut us off.
Father internet cut us off. So we hope that it doesn't happen today. Yeah. So hi everyone, and apologies about that. It was internet.
About that, guys.
That's why we left like that. There was nothing we can do other than accepting the situation.
For what it was.
It is what it was. There is nothing we could have done differently.
Nope.
So what matters is that today we're here, and we'll definitely look at ways of finishing that.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Take a deep breath.
hello everyone. Larry Mohobe, Cindy, Danny is here. So right, I'm not gonna waste time because obviously it's cut is the way inja. Let us do what we have to do.
But the biggest highlight is the judge saying what? Expect evidence can be challenged. Expect evidence
He challenged it. He's
doesn't
saying
have to be.
he's saying he's disagreeing with it.
Notice how there's a pattern with state expect witnesses who do not align with perhaps
No,
what
it's not even about aligning. It's not about aligning. It's not to put it that low. It's not aligning with the state. It's not to say that the Ndlovu was not aligning with the state. He tried his level best, in my own opinion. But all I'm seeing is that notice how the judge tries to swing what is not in favor of the states. That's a correct way, because from DNA, from the
inconclusive.
in a sense, you can say, notice how this judge is swinging this case into all bad things about the defense.
And even when Nisi was rereading the transcript of what was
That's when he
happening on
said
that
no.
day, you could even see his interference back then, even when Warrant Officer Ndlovu was on the stand, trying to twist his evidence and what he was saying
DNA.
about the pictures being deleted and it not having metadata when it comes back. This theory that he's holding on to, that it has been holded by XRY. So XRY
Is
has
living
kept
on it.
the original.
It's on space, and whatever happens
It's
there.
a concept that he's literally making up for himself, and he wants to force feed it to everybody, and like it's a fact. So much so that he's even willing to argue with the expert who works with these things every day. He can't even pronounce.
He's not arguing. He's
XRY.
overruling.
He's overruling. He can't even pronounce XRY program. He keeps calling it the X-ray or whatever. He doesn't even know what it is. But
He knows what it is. He knows what it is. When he's doing shit, that's what he does. Sorry for Africans.
acts like he doesn't
acts
know.
dumb.
Yes.
That's when he's doing shit.
Because he knows.
So tomorrow
when he answers.
do expect some sort of a makeover, of a makeup, some sort, because he knows what he just did is nonsense.
Thina savelelwa yazi every day there's something new every day with this case. How I've always heard the saying that you may work hard but the devil works harder. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with this. This is too much. It's too much. I think I've reached a point where I'm like, I think this we leave it to the hands of the Almighty God. How? This is emotional abuse. This is turmoil. This is insane. So after this case concludes, what are we as South Africans expected to think about the criminal justice system of this country?
That it will do anything it needs to do to support those who pays for it. That's what we can expect. I mean, we
are in hell.
We have peddlers who are swinging this case. God knows what they have in their pockets. God knows what they have in their pockets. I dare say anyone who participates in that nonsense is part of the nonsense.
It's really bad. Yo, it's bad, you guys. It's bad. Yo, it's bad. What is happening with Senzo's case? It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, an unending nightmare. It refuses to end and conclude. Yeah, so court resumed this morning. Mr. Ramasipili was running a bit late. Nisi asked to contact him and find out from him what is actually going on. And the judge also had a problem with Ramasipili, saying that he can't estimate what time he will be at court. He asked, what do you think is wrong with that message? And Mshololo said that there is a delay in Centurion on the N1. And the judge said that he was aware of it. He said he comes from past Johannesburg North in the West Rand. And he said you've got to make a provision that in case there's a traffic jam, you are on time. And he said Ramasipili also did the same thing yesterday, and I couldn't help but wonder which yesterday since court was closed. What does he mean Ramasipili did the same thing yesterday? Ramasipili is hardly late, you know.
Maybe Ramasipili did not know that the energy won't be there.
Nisi said that he called him. He quickly went out to make a phone call and ask where Ramasipili was, and then when he came back, he informed the judge that he had told him over the phone that they were driving past Koshimampuru, which is quite close to the Pretoria High Court. One would estimate it less than 10 minutes drive. And so it's not that far. So on account of the fact that his client is in the witness stand, he requested that they stand down for some few minutes because he was on his way. So since Ntanzi is his witness, there was no way he could say, Nisi, stand in for me. You understand? Because Ntanzi is on the stand.
Yeah.
So he needs to be there when he's testifying. The judge asked what was wrong with the electricity yesterday. So Baloyi responded by saying that they haven't been informed. All that they know is that there was a power interruption. They don't know what the cause was, and there's also no backup for the electricity. The judge, so he says, so suddenly today there's power. No explanation.
Yeah.
But no, he said electricity was due to be restored between 1 and 2, and he supposed that it happened yesterday. And Jonas said that it's not only here, it's the entire block. Jonas, the interpreter, was saying it wasn't just the Pretoria High Court, it was the entire block. It's quite interesting because that entire block is the NPA office and the Department of Justice. That block he's talking about.
Yes.
It's just those buildings. Yeah, interesting stuff. So the judge said, I was also told that the generator doesn't work. And Baloyi said, apparently it has broken down or something. So Baloyi then, the judge then said, since when? Baloyi said a while ago. There's no date that could be put as to when the generator actually broke down. So the judge said, I know in Johannesburg we also had a generator there. But what used to happen is that the diesel would vanish. When you go to the generator, akuna diesel. He said he went to the United States for about a year to study court systems there, and it's a different ball game there. Yes, United States, as much as they have their own shenanigans, but when it comes to their courts, they take them serious. The courts there are not playing games, okay? They are taking them serious. Although there's a an imbalance when it comes to people that are looking like us and how their cases are handled. But overall, when it comes to being on time, administration wise, they're doing their best. They're on top of their game when it comes to that. I mean, you could even see with that high profile case of Puff Daddy, it's over. It's over. He got convicted. He got a conviction. It's not a satisfying conviction, but it's over. It took 40 weeks and then it was done. But Tina's push you 6 years.
Yep.
Pusha years. It's not even 6, it's 5 or 4.
If there was a way, they could have blamed it on the defense.
Yeah, they were trying to. There were attempts to try and spin it and make it the defense fault, saying that they are the ones who are causing the delays. Never mind that the state keeps bringing evidence.
I'm saying what happened yesterday.
Oh, you mean yesterday? There's no way they could have blamed it on the defense. The defense has no authority over what is happening at Pretoria High Court building. So, unfortunately. Then Baloyi said, in which sense, my lord? And they just said, like here, for instance, the manager was not here yesterday. He was not able to tell the judges we are having an electrical problem. We can adjourn, or can we adjourn? We'll come back tomorrow because of this and that and that, you know. At some point now, I was thinking that Advocate Baloyi is the court manager because he's the one who keeps making announcements for everything. I don't know who the court manager for Pretoria High Court is. I don't think we've ever seen him throughout the duration of this trial where he's the one who comes and make announcements pertaining to court administration issues or when the court is not working or something like that. It's always been Advocate Baloyi. So I thought there was no court manager. A prosecutor's part-time play.
He's almost the law unto himself.
It's very interesting. He said, we're just told there are no lights. We postponed the case. Still, we don't know why there are no lights. Somebody says we should cancel. The Department of Justice, iyakweleta. Somebody said that, so the city council has decided to punish the government installations. The court manager is the one who is financially responsible for paying the electrical costs of the court. But nobody knows what is happening. Jonas showed Baloyi a message that came from the court manager, and it was delivered around yesterday, and it listed the areas that were actually affected by this power outage. And he said it does not explain what the problem was at the time. The message was circulating. He said that they were trying to trace the fault at the time. That's what the message said. And the judge said, at least, Ramasipili eventually arrived and Baloyi was able to continue the cross-examination of Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi, who's accused number 2. And Baloyi resumed with the evidence of kennel holes. He handed up 3 photos from that affidavit. Ntanzi identified himself in the photos. And Baloyi said, were those photos taken at 3 different occasions? Ntanzi said, no, it's not 3 different occasions, but different 2 houses, not 3 houses. Ntanzi confirmed that they were taken on different days, and Baloyi said you'll agree that the 3 different pictures are combined in an InShot. And Ntanzi said, yes, I can see that. What's interesting about InShot is that it's actually an app, Mr. Anonymous. Mm-hmm. It's an editing app for photos and videos.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the picture that remains is a picture that passed by the app of InShot. Yet to edit this picture, you need original pictures, right? So I'm asking myself, what happened to the original pictures that before they passed through the InShot app? Ntanzi saying that he edited these pictures recently, just before he got arrested. So one is anticipating that the original pictures will still be there in the phone.
Yeah, you can assume.
But they're not there. It's just this InShot. It passed through the app and the original photos are not there.
You can assume. That's how far you can take it, because it's possible that pictures could be deleted.
It's a possibility, because even Ntanzi is saying that I did not delete my pictures, but here the prosecutor is telling me that my photos were deleted. He's saying I did not delete my pictures.
Which ones were deleted? The ones that were pic mixed?
Yes. including the ones that he was referencing.
How does
at a
he know
later
that
stage.
they were deleted? Because they were recovered.
Because of that term that he was
COVID.
given to kav what. Because of that term, he's saying that they were deleted and then they were restored by XRY. But why couldn't XRY restore also the original form? But what I'm suspecting happened, and this is me just speculating, is that they edited the picture and then they put the picture in the memory card after it was edited and then deleted it and then put it again to erase the original picture so that there's no trace of the date. The date that remains is the latest edited picture, which was after Ntanzi was arrested, which was the 11th of November or something like that, 10th of November 2020.
Yeah, you could be onto something.
So Bale said that you'll agree that the three different pictures are combined in an InShot, and Tanzi said, yes, I can see. And Bale said, according to the metadata, the date on which the photos were combined is the 23rd of May 2020. The date on which they were created, in other words, they got into the memory card, was the 4th of January 2021 at 15:43:08, which is also the same date and time that they were created. Wakhona halamara. For me, this makes no sense, but we continue and digest this nonsensical stuff. The date that they were modified was also the same date that they were created, and they were accessed on the 4th of January 2021 at midnight. And the Samsung J5 was used to combine these photos, so they had to create the photos in the memory card, in my opinion, and then them being created and sent to the memory card are two different activities, in my opinion. So creating the picture and also sending the picture to the memory card is two different things. But the way the prosecutor is presenting them, it's almost as if it's the same thing. It's automatic that when you edit the picture, it automatically goes to the memory card. It doesn't work like that, in my opinion. So Ntanzi said that he disagreed, and he said that he
And
means
the
that
other
the police...
assumption is that if you take a picture, it goes to the memory card.
Yes.
It requires that you have settings such as that, right?
You've set it like that. And if that was the case, then where are the original pictures that made this InShot pic mix? Where have they gone? Where are they? So Ntanzi said that he disagreed, and he said that it means that the police were using his phone. These photos were not in the memory card, but they were in his Facebook, which is very interesting. So what Ntanzi is saying here is that they took those pictures from his Facebook account. They downloaded them, they edited them with InShot, and then they put this pic mix there. But he's saying they are coming from his Facebook.
And then they... Okay, yeah.
Kunzima, ne? But
Yeah.
what needs to be done now? I think they should request that phone. They should request Ntanzi's phone.
That's the only way they can
And take it to an
scrutinize.
expert and just have their expert look at the phone, if there's still anything there, and if they can retrieve anything with any fancy software that they may have that can find out what was happening to this phone prior, or even when Tanzi was incarcerated. I think there's a lot of data that can be mined there. Well, the ones that are mixed are in 3s and 2s, and the picture where he was wearing a Brentwood and a cap is a picture that was taken by his younger brother with his own Samsung J5. He said the Samsung J5 that his younger brother had actually had a navy cover. So Ntanzi said that it was not taken with his own phone. He said that the one in the middle was taken with his phone, and he is disputing the dates. They are not true. But we wanted the name of the younger brother, and in my opinion, you'd swear he's compiling his own list of witnesses at this point. But then Tanzi gave it to him with ease. He said he is there in the photos, and you saw him. His name is Kulu. And Baloyi said, are you disputing that you are not the one who combined the photos? And Tanzi said, which ones? Because these ones were created by me. If you're going to say that the phone was mine, these ones were created by me. This is why I'm telling the court that they were using my phone as the police. They were in Facebook, all of them. And apparently, allegedly, Ntanzi's Facebook account has been deleted. So one can wonder who deleted it. Why has it vanished? I remember around 2022 when Ntanzi's situation first resurfaced at the Pretoria High Court. I tried looking for his Facebook account, guys. I did not find it. I could not find Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi's Facebook account.
Maybe he's using a different name.
I looked for it. I couldn't find his account. So apparently the reports are coming that, you know what, the account is no longer there. But there are his pictures, Mr. Anonymous, which is very interesting. His pictures are circulating, especially from people that really hate him and want him to go down for this case. They have the pictures for some weird reason. Either they may have downloaded those pictures earlier on as soon as the accused were announced, I don't know, or whether somebody is giving them the photos. It's just me speculating here. I'm not even certain whether that is what is happening, but it's quite interesting that people that really want to pin this on him, especially the social media people, that really want him to go down for this, have those pictures. Some of those pictures, I've seen them in weird accounts that I'm like, but you don't like this person, but how come you have their pictures that you probably may have taken from Facebook?
Yeah, they are working hard in supporting the states.
But the Facebook account in general is gone. That is why he says, I'm telling the court that you were using my phone as the police. They were in Facebook, all of them. And then Baloyi says, so the only point you are disputing is that the photos were not found in your memory card. And Ntanzi said the ones that are single are there in the memory card, meaning in their most original format, in my opinion. And the ones that are mixed in 2s and 3s are in my phone and in my Facebook, like the ones where I'm with Gwabini. They are not in the memory card, they are in the Facebook. And Baloyi asked, what's your comment regarding those dates? And Tanzi said, regarding the dates, even though I don't remember the one with Brentwood as to when it was taken, but the one in the middle where I'm wearing a yellow Fabiani shirt, it is from 2020, even though I don't remember the month. I remember seeing a picture of him circulating in one of these hater accounts. He was wearing a yellow shirt and a cap. He was standing in front of a house. So if that is that picture that I saw there on the social media account of a person who really hates him and wants him to be convicted for this crime, I have to wonder, where did that person get these pictures?
They are working hard. Foot soldiers.
How come they have exact pictures that the state is using as exhibits? That is strange. Well, Baloyi then said, but the question that we are asking you is the dates on the metadata. What is your comment regarding those dates? And Tanzi said the dates on which the photos were taken, in short, 2020 05/23. And Baloyi said the date on which the photos were combined. Tanzi said that he does not remember the date on which he combined the photos. He said the photos were taken from back home, not in Rustenburg. And Baloyi said, and the date at which they were created, in other words, when they came into contact with the memory card, Tanzi said, hence I'm saying they should tell the truth. That's not true. These photos were there when I got arrested. They are on my Facebook and they were also in my phone. Another picture that also freaked me out that came from one of these hater accounts, Mr. Anonymous, that I couldn't mention at the time, but that picture really freaked me out. It looked like it was a picture of Ntanzi with a gold tooth. I found that picture very strange. It was so creepy.
Yeah, it's like they are, someone is feeding them.
I was like, hey, bo. So I had to wait for it to be confirmed in the court whether Ntanzi had a gold tooth or not. And now I have to wonder, Why do you have a picture of Ntanzi with a gold tooth? Did you edit that picture? What is going on?
Everything is connecting to something. People cannot just waste time for nothing, like pushing for someone to be arrested. You don't know the person. You actually don't know anything. And then you just push for free. You sit
Now that I
meetings
look
after
back,
meetings.
I'm like, yo, this is quite strange. Some things we do notice, but we don't say much because we want to not accuse and we want something tangible. When we speak, we know, okay, what we're speaking about. So I had to wait for the court in order for everything to unravel, whether Ntanzi really had a gold tooth or not. And the results came out that he never had a gold tooth. So why does somebody circulating a picture of him with a gold tooth?
To push a narrative. That's what they are paid for.
Sure. Then Baloy said, your number 170749 received an incoming call from Lebu's number lasting 156 seconds. The tower is 3G Queenswood NGA. I thought we were done with all of this call data, but it looks like we're not. It's still going to pop up every now and again. The extraction from your memory card, there was a picture, and Ntanzi identified the picture as a photo that he's seen in court, and he said that although it's dark, but it's a photo that he's seen in court before. He said it's his photo. And Baloy asked him, when we look at the metadata, it says file name carved raw. Yes, this is a term that I was looking for, carved raw. This carved raw term is what Warrant Officer Ndlovu said that it means that the photo was deleted. He said, when we look at the metadata, it says file name carved raw, and we've been through the terminology as explained, and we've by Warrant Officer Ndlovu, carved raw means a photo was deleted, and Ntanzi said, no, I don't agree, I disagree. Okay, and he strongly disagreed. Well, Baloy said that what are you disagreeing with? And Ntanzi said that this photo was deleted. There's a photo there in my phone, and this picture before the court, there is a point where it appears as deleted and where it doesn't appear as deleted. How does that happen? And Baloy said, we have explained to you on Friday that the same photo was saved twice. It was saved and the image was deleted and the other one was not deleted. Okay, this makes no sense. Okay, to me, this was just a ramble. This makes no sense. This is not quite an explanation from someone who wants to testify as an expert.
Wants to explain.
What does he want to explain?
If you take a picture and you take that picture, you save it on the phone as you take it, and then you also save it on a memory card. And you delete the one on your phone. What is in your memory card, it apparently keeps the metadata.
Which is not true.
That's what Baloy is trying to explain.
Oh, but that's not true. I couldn't know Ndlovu explained it several times and we didn't even understand what it was meaning. And then I remember having to recall that actually there was a time I had deleted something and I retrieved it with some software. And when it came back, the data was clean. It was not there. The original format I created the pictures in. It's like it was starting over on the day that I retrieved the photo. So if this XRY is that fancy that it can retrieve everything, even the metadata, it's a wow. But Ndlovu did not testify to that. It's only the prosecutor who's claiming that that is the case. Okay. So Ntanzi then said it's not possible. You also have a phone. What you are explaining to me before court is impossible. You cannot show me before court deleted pictures of mine and the ones that were deleted of myself. It's not possible for one photo. Then Baloy said, Under the metadata, it shows equipment make Samsung model SMJ500F. Do you agree that the device that was used to take this photo according with the description of the make and model of your device? And Tanzi said, yes, I see. As to the J5 and what it's called with its name, but I had a Samsung J5, it was my phone. And Baloi said in the middle, it says origin 2020 11/12. So this is the 12th of November 2020. This is even after they made the first court appearance at the Boxback. Under those conditions where the judge even did not allow him to speak, do you think he'd be gallivanting with a cell phone?
I guess that's what the investigators are saying.
Did you see how heavily guarded they were at that Boxback Magistrate Court? So they want us to believe that Tanzi had his phone while he was standing there before that judge. 1738-01. Tanzi agreed with this date. Or disagreed with this date, my apologies. He strongly disagreed with it. And Baloi said, why do you disagree? And Tanzi said, I was not yet arrested when I took these photos. And providing that he's outside, he's outside, so it doesn't make sense why they would want to sell this fallacy that he created those photos while he was in a cell. And then Baloi said, according to you, when was the photo taken? And Tanzi said, I took these pictures when I came back from home during the corona times. I said in this court that I said I was, at the house because even went to Mtetwa's house. He said he even went to visit Mtetwa's house at some point during that time when he came back from home to go back to work in Rustenburg. But on that picture, he said, I don't see whose house it is. Also, the house looks similar to a gentleman's called Mr. Sibia, a gentleman who I used to go and see there, who was also in a wheelchair. And Baloi said, if you talk about a house, what are you able to see there that resembles a house? And Tanzi said, I see my photos and the date. Then I'm saying that you're telling the truth when you say that the picture was taken on this day. I was not living in a shack. And Tanzi said, Umuzi, it's actually a huge house. What in Zulu Umuzi means, it means like a big house, and the houses that were painted belonged to the mine. And Baloi said, are you saying that you are able to tell how the room is painted that you see in the picture? And Tanzi said, it's dark. I saw the picture when Mr. Ramasipili demonstrated it in court. And also, please don't change what I said. What I said before the court was that I'm unable to see as to whose house this is because the houses look similar on the inside. And Baloi said, but did you say, Mr. Tanzi, that this house looks similar to that of Mr. Sibia? And Tanzi said, I'm asking that we did not play games before the court. But Sibia, Mtetwa, as well as Buthelez's houses look similar on the inside. I'm the only one who stays in a room I rented in Freedom Park. They stay in houses belonging to the mine. And Baloi said, Mr. Ntanzi, you're just merely rehashing what you said. No one is playing with words. No, you are playing games before the court. Ntanzi said, now, because I'm telling you this photo, is mine, and you are saying I'm lying and also telling me about the houses at the mine, and you don't know those houses. Baloi went through another deleted picture. The time, he said 2020, 11/12, 1738-01. So it's pretty much the same picture. And Tanzi said that it's not the correct date on that photo. And he's wearing slippers or flip-flops on that picture to show that it was actually taken at home. He did not wear slippers to work. And he said he doesn't even keep the slippers when he is residing at the Rustenburg because he's there for work. You can't really go with slippers underground and stuff. No. Baloi covered another picture, also carved raw. He said it's deleted, and Tanzi said that when he was arrested on the 16th of June, before he was arrested, he accessed them before his arrest. And Baloi said the equipment make and model was the Samsung J500 that was used to take the photos, is the make and model of Ntanzi's phone's device. And he asked him if this is correct. Tanzi said, I've never denied before this court that the majority of the photos were taken using my phone. What I told the court is one of these photos were changed dates And we must also remember that when Ndlovu was here, there were no dates that the photos were beamed before this court, because he had said that the photos were deleted. But you, as the prosecutor, when you come back, the photos now have dates. I told my lawyer that the photos were not deleted. They were on my phone, and Ndlovu said they were deleted. Ndlovu said they were deleted, and my lawyer showed me on the screen. The prosecutor came with other pictures saying that they were deleted, but these ones have dates. I Ntanzi's giving Baloy, showing Baloy flames. You know, it's like all these years they've been thinking Tanzi is an easy weakling. Yeah? So now it's like he can't every day he can't recover from seeing Ntanzi actually fighting for himself. He's actually fighting more like a lawyer as well, which is, I don't think they expected it. He's throwing them off guard. Baloy then said these are different photos, and they were also part of the photos that were extracted from your memory card. Well, Ntanzi said, no, my lord, it's not true that they're different photos. I would not take Mr. Ramasepele's phone and take a photo and then it shows deleted and then it shows up on another. Yet it is my arm that was used to take that photo. There's no way that will happen. Baloy went to another deleted picture and read the metadata. Ntanzi said that he agrees that the photo was taken using his phone. What he disputes is the date and time. He said he also does not know the exact model of this phone, whether it's actually a J500F or it's something else. He said he doesn't know, right? And it's normal not to know. I remember also when I get phones, I don't really know what model is. I don't like, you know, all you'll know is the basic, a Samsung J5. This 00F, what at the end, not many people pay attention to such.
No.
Well, he said he doesn't know, and the judge asked what the quarrel was about, because Ntanzi is admitting that the photos were taken by a device which is similar to his. Ntanzi said, my lord, I agree that the phone is mine. I'm not certain of the J500 thing. And then the judge said, but that is automatic. When you use the device, it comes out with the information which is encapsulated in the device itself. You know what's interesting about what he's saying here? He will be using the same logic to say that the deleted photos have metadata of the original photo later on. It's this exact same logic that he's using now to try and persuade Ntanzi to whatever he wants him to say. But it's the same exact logic. It's still stuck in his brain. The metadata tells you the time. I don't understand what is the problem. This is an automatic phone. It takes everything. Nobody manipulates it like a phone in the old movies where you roll the film. Ntanzi reminded the person who did the download that they have been deleted. The person who did the download said the photos were deleted and they have no dates, which is Warrant Officer Ndlovu. Now they come back with the prosecutor and not Ndlovu, right? Where the ones with the dates, these ones that now the prosecutor is using, where do they come from? Which is a very good question. Where are the pictures that have metadata with dates? Where are they now coming from? And recall how this evidence of pictures was introduced last week. There's something profound that Ramasepele said, that he could not find those pictures on the disk, on the USB. That needs to be highlighted several times on record. Well, the judge said, do you remember Warrant Officer Ndlovu talking about a software? And then, as far as I recall, me, myself, personally, in my opinion, Warrant Officer Ndlovu did speak of another software besides XRY. Do you remember that, Mr. Anonymous?
Yes.
And he said that that particular software that he does not know how to use is the one that they use to retrieve the pictures in their original format before they were deleted. It can even bring them back with the data. Do you remember that part of evidence? And he said XRY does not do that. Once the picture has been deleted, XRY retrieves the picture, but when the metadata comes back, it doesn't come back in its original form before it got deleted. And then he said, yes, there's another program or software that can be used to retrieve deleted pictures and also bring back the metadata. But he doesn't know how to use that software. That's what I remember. But it seems like the judge remembers something else. And he said that's how the change comes, according to Warrant Officer Ndlovu. It's because of the software use, which in my opinion is a lie. But he is saying, the reason why I'm saying it's a lie, he is saying that XRY can retrieve deleted pictures with the metadata in its original format before the picture got deleted. That's what the judge is saying. When even Steyn, when he testified on the XRY and the retrieving of metadata on a photo, he never said that when it's deleted, it comes back with the original metadata. So the judge is the only one who, when he uses XRY and retrieves, he comes back with the original data. And it also seems like Advocate Baloyi Sibanda, they are capable of the same powers. Yeah, so Ntanzi reminded the judge that Ndlovu said that he was also able to edit the pictures as well, which is true under cross-examination with Advocate Mshololo. He did make that submission that he does know that pictures can be edited and he can also edit them, right? And then the judge said, no, if I recall, Ndlovu said that the change takes place because of the utilization of the software. He does not do it manually, it's software. He was candid enough to say that he doesn't know how that software works, but if you utilize the software, it decapulates the image of the photo which was apparently deleted. Now this is what he was talking about, but however, somehow the judge just made it seem like he was talking about XRY when he wasn't talking about XRY. He was meaning another software that they don't have yet or they are not using yet at the SAPS. However, he said, I don't even know how to use that software, but it exists where you're able to retrieve all the data in its original format. And I highly doubt that if they retrieve that picture that way, it would have come back with the very same dates. And even if it did come back with the very same dates, it still doesn't prove that Ntanzi is the one who edited those pictures while he was chilling in a cell. So Ntanzi requested the record of Advocate Mshololo be played, and Ntanzi said that the dates written are not the dates of when he took the photos. Baloyi went to the next deleted photo, but he did that after the short adjournment. Baloyi revisited the aspect of Ntanzi, saying that the photos that Warrant Officer Ndlovu testified do not have dates. Ntanzi told him that he is showing him photos that he did not even lead Ndlovu on, which is true. Baloyi said it's incorrect, and Ntanzi said Ramasipili showed the pictures in court and they had no dates. Baloyi read the record of Warrant Officer Ndlovu giving the dates on different pictures, not the ones that Baloyi is actually leading Ntanzi on right now. Recall that the Warrant Officer Ndlovu did not testify on these pictures that Advocate Baloyi introduced last week. That's the contention, that's the protest that many people were making against these photos, because they were new evidence, but somehow they managed to slit them in like it's not new evidence, and Warrant Officer Ndlovu approved them, saw them, testified on them, and then we move on, kumbaya, like nothing happened. But now it's actually catching up with him because he wants to reason the dates on the pictures by using the testimony of Warrant Officer Ndlovu, by making it a one-fits-all type of approach. While Warrant Officer Ndlovu did not testify on these photos that he introduced, he testified on different photos, but he's making it a one fits all. When he wants to justify a certain picture, he will go pull a picture that Warrant Officer Ndlovu used and make it seem like just because he approved that picture or testified a certain or particular way with regards to that picture, then it applies to these pictures that he's just introduced. Well, it said Kaft Raw 2020 11/12. It was also November the 12th, 1738/01. He said that this information appearing on the metadata, and it's quite odd and very strange that these pictures that are said to be deleted and Kaft Raw, all of them have pretty much the same date and time. they have the same date and time, which is very interesting. Why do they have the same date and time? Baloyi said, do you realize that what you were saying earlier on, you were not correct? Warrant Officer Ndlovu was referring to the raw data, which refers to the metadata. Dancy said the pictures are different, which is true. If the pictures are different, why do they have the same date and time? That is suspicious. Okay, and the ones the prosecutor is showing and the one that Ramasipili is showing are different. Others do not have dates. The photos that were beamed by Ramasipili had no dates. And you know what? Another strange thing that I picked up later on as the proceedings were going on. I don't know how many of you guys picked this up, but there's a picture and then there's a metadata. So there's a page for the picture and then a separate page for the metadata. How does it look like in the USB? Does it look the same way, where it's pictures and the metadata is separate? Isn't it with the metadata that when you click on the picture, it matches the metadata? And how is the defense like verifying whether the metadata belong to that specific picture? Because when Advocate Nisi raised it, I was very concerned. I was like, what do you mean there are separate pages for a picture and then for metadata? What does it look like when you click on the disk or USB that they gave you? Is it that when you click the picture, it matches the metadata that the state is referencing in court? Please double check on that, please, because it's looking rather strange. I've never seen anything like that. I was hoping that metadata in the picture would be in one page somehow, but they are in different pages. And now when I'm observing this, I'm like, why do they have the same time and date? They literally, all of them are 12th of November 2020, 1738:01. Is that possible to have the same date and time for different pictures? And yet Ntanzi is pointing it out that these pictures are taken in different times. Okay, different sets. This one I'm at home. This one I'm at Rustenburg. This one I'm where and where. I've just came back from the mountain. I was sitting with my mom after hitting the cows. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all of this stuff is very, very strange and it needs to be really looked at thoroughly. Nisi said that the information being placed on record is a bit misleading. The court would recall last week that there was a point, even last week. Mr. Nonza, Mr. Anonymous, wake up. Please. Mr. Nonza. Mr. Alonza, let's do this. Nisi said that the information being placed on record is a bit misleading, and the court would recall last week that there was a point even last week where the court said we should adjourn and we reconvene again later after that. Nisi said that the metadata is a mess, separated from the picture. There's no telling which one belongs to it. Now the state told us last week that the information that the metadata relates to the first photo, which is a little bit blurry or darker, which Sergeant Ndlovu could not identify as to what was happening there. As they get, to the end, the state says that the metadata related to the photo, while Sergeant Ndlovu said that the metadata related to the photo that is lighter in appearance. Now, this contradicts what the state told the court last week, which necessitated the adjournment, which is what Nisi was saying. This means that a wrong supposition is now being put to the witness, and this witness is now being cross-examined on the basis of a wrong supposition, which is totally unfair. Okay? Baloyi said that there's nothing wrong with the evidence of Warrant Officer Ndlovu, and the judge said that he will read and decide according to him, and they're interpreting it differently. So the question is, where did Baloyi get this metadata from, Mr. Anonymous?
I don't know where he got it, to say the least.
You don't know where he got it?
Where would I know? How would I know where he got it?
And also, how do you feel about that objection that Mr. Mnisi raised?
It's a correct objection.
Before
nobody knows where, in terms of their metadata, they are not experts. They are all not experts. But what they were told by the state expert should hold.
Well, Ntanzi said that the picture Baloyi was showing him was the one Mr. Ramosepili demonstrated, where he said he came from the mountains from herding cattle, and the picture had no date. Now Baloyi presented it today, claiming that, you know what, it got deleted and it also had a date when Ntanzi was incarcerated. So Baloyi hammered once again.
Wait, now I'm tired today.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Mr. Rosa.
I'm so tired. This metadata thing is also
tiring.
Can I just leave you?
It's a drag. You can, but the problem is, I don't know. That thing is far. The system is far, and you won't be able. But I'm finishing up. I'm wrapping it up. I promise.
You just sound like Baloyi now, Mosifund, and you really sounded like. Oh.
I understand confusion. Confusion is tired. My game.
Like today I was working heavy stuff, and yeah.
I can pick up now when there's
I'm
bullshit.
I'm just tired, guys. And I see the people don't like it. Any few and Qatar, even more. Cartel, like ngabone, like come on, like we are on 154.
Guys, like the video. Come on now. Encourage us.
Delalo Tongo 454 likes. 12.
Sorry,
what's the time? It's 1 to 1 now. Tomorrow I have to prepare again. Come here, I'm tired.
Or we should take a day off.
Maybe we should. Like I'm tired. Preparing for you guys this thing, this stream, everything. And then we have to come here and be like, oh,
and then we have to deliberating on the boring nonsense
the like button.
Of
Baloyi.
That
thing is boring. Listening to it makes you sleep.
There's nothing exciting about what he's doing, but he's given the platform to go on and on and on and on and on.
And I'm watching my kid here, like he's sleeping. Like honestly, the door is open. I'm watching my kid is sleeping. Like ngitela ubuthongo nengane yami ngize la ilale kabi kanje, and then you don't get anything.
Guys, please like the video, please. We're begging for likes, okay?
Like we're on one.
Press that like
something.
button. Please, guys, we'd really appreciate it. Just encourage us, okay? Encourage us with your likes, okay? So I'm gonna continue because I also wanna finish. I wanna finish.
Yeah, continue.
Now Baloyi presented it today, claiming that it got deleted and also had a date of when Ntanzi was incarcerated. Baloyi hammered once again on Ntanzi having a beard during Corona days and wanted to insinuate that he did not cut it before going back to work. He really wants to have the impression that Ntanzi had his beard on all along until he got arrested. And then, I don't know what the beard will do significantly, because it still won't make him look like the ID kid or even close. Right. He doesn't look like that ID kid. Even with a beard on, we saw the beard while he was appearing for the first court appearances. That beard does not look like the one on the ID kid. I don't care how much they try and make it seem shape beard, whatever. It doesn't look the same. Okay? Doesn't look like the same person. Well, then Ntanzi told him that he must have wrote his notes wrong, because he did say that he did cut off his hair before going back to work after returning to Rustenburg from home. Okay, and I also feel like this is badgering, because how is it that you can hammer on one thing so many times for several days, every day? It's annoying. Then he asked about the wall on the two different pictures, if it was the same. Ntanzi said that it was the same. Then Baloyi went more raw, cuffed pictures. Baloyi said that he had flip-flops for the first time when, and Ntanzi said that it was in Ramoshwana while he was incarcerated in Ramoshwana. They were given to him by his brother Lango, after some weeks, he never had them in prison and he was wearing cavelas and never had the yellow tracksuit depicted on the pictures. Baloyi wants to claim that they were taken by him in prison, those pictures where he had the flip-flops on. Opaka.
Did he have flip-flops in prison?
He said he got them while he was incarcerated at Ramoshwana after waiting several weeks for Lango to actually bring them.
So Baloyi wants to use it now.
He wants to
Is
use
it the
them.
same color?
I don't know.
The same.
I don't think he even knows. He's just grasping on anything he can grasp on at this point, just to make this whole process even more unbearable.
Kodwa ngampela bafethu masikhuluma iqiniso nje ngaphandle kokuthi ngize ngilale. Uyayizwa lento uthi iyalalisa vele.
Yeah. But sizenze njani?
No, I'm not saying, I'm not blaming you. I'm asking. So Ubaloyi, he wakes up in the morning. After preparing for this, I mean, you're telling me he prepares this.
Yes. He
This
prepares.
is what he prepares, and then he comes to court, and then
And then he asks it very slowly. Very slow. I'm even speaking fast. He's taking his sweet time. Asking one question.
Look, I'm not done, but I sleep sometimes with this evidence. The only time
So
you
can
get
you
to wake up.
imagine how torturous this is for Ntanzi every
is.
day?
Kodwa ke nje ke, without favors, the truth is that if we had a judge,
None of this.
if we had a judge, this whole rubbish would not be happening. This
Not
whole
at all.
thing where we have to listen to Genesis from Genesis to Leviticus to like basically this nonsense will not be happening.
No.
If we had people who were in NPA and they were working ngampela, this nonsense would not be happening.
No.
This is
They
nonsense.
would have called the meeting by now.
Good,
to
but
say,
also,
the
what
funds.
is this?
Why are you taking so long?
What is this? What is
Why are you
this? The answer
reading
shouldn't be
calls?
taking so long.
Why are you
the
reading
question-
calls? For
The question
what?
shouldn't be why are you taking so long? Sit down with Baloyi and say, does this make sense to you? What you are going through right now, like you've been going through this thing for years now, does it make sense to you? If you were a judge sitting there, would you believe you? Kodwa ke, because something must happen, something must give. We are here. We are just listening to this thing. Ngiphelelwa amazwi ukukhuluma ngalento. Ngiphelelwa
I
amazwi.
know when Advocate Nisi gave that, in fact, I'm about to get into it. I saw him look at Sibanda and I'm like, why is he looking at Sibanda like
He's
that?
watching. You have a doctor who is giving questions to Baloyi. Baloyi being a mouthpiece of Baloyi, of Sibanda in this case, if you ask me. And you are listening to what Baloyi is spewing. It just disturbs the hell out of Mnis to say, but also, I think I'm better off with my degree. I'm better off with this LLB alone. Because what the hell?
Is this?
A doctor, you expect a doctor to have a certain level. When the questions are being asked, there is a certain level that you expect a doctor to be at.
Yeah.
This person has done theses and theses.
I
Unless
saw
you are
the
telling
look on
me,
his face while he was looking at Sibanda, I was like,
Unless you are
Nisi was
telling
raising
me-
that objection.
unless you are telling me that this is a new thesis that is probably gonna be
Maybe he's doing research.
working on
Maybe he's
on how
conducting research.
to make a case drag
Nah.
and
Like
win
a
it.
commission of inquiry, so.
But the answer on that research is very straightforward. You just need a judge in your corner. Then you should be able to do that. So there's no need for a research, to say the least. There's no need for a research.
How to drag a criminal court case. That sounds more like it. Yeah. The first thing would be have the judge in your corner. Amen.
Because tell me one ruling that this judge has made that has a bearing in this case that was for defense. The defense has been objecting new evidence. Evidence coming in piecemeal.
Unfair trial.
Trial
by ambush.
Trial by ambush. They've lost all of them. Trial within a trial. They lost.
Yes.
They have argued time and time again about the DNA. That the court decided to hear otherwise.
Yes.
The court was in agreement with the states.
Yes. The court was.
It can't be that the state gets it wrong and the court also gets it wrong to the same direction several times.
Yes. And they actually want to change it
Today,
to be that which they want it to be.
Mabena issue of how he handled that evidence. The court was in agreement with the states.
Yes.
We come to the gold tooth. The court was in agreement with the states.
Yes.
Now the court is in disagreement with the states to support the states. Disagreeing with the next aspect of the states.
Yes. To support the state.
And then you tell me that this does not qualify to be called an unfair case, a trial that was always one-sided. There is no such thing as a fair trial in that court, if you ask me.
No, it doesn't
This
exist.
tells me that, like, I can tell you now, without them finishing their evidence already, that they have lost this case. So
that's why they keep being reminded that they can take it up on appeal. They can take
it on appeal.
Yes. Every now and again.
It's not an example of the state might take me on appeal.
No. It's
the defense.
Take me on appeal. The defense, take me on appeal. You'll address it in appeal. Take this up with appeal. I'm like, yo.
And then you tell me that we are still going to listen to this judge giving judgment that is unbiased from these biased questions that he has been asking, additional questions, his clarity-seeking questions, clearly supporting the states. In my opinion, his rulings, smallanyana, however small they are for the states. And then you think that the day he comes back on a final judgment, he will be like, yeah, so I've heard the states, I've heard the defense. Yo, I can imagine the judgment is going to be like 2 to 3 days of reading.
Yeah,
not that he's going to have to write that much.
No, he will just be...
But he will be citing other good judges that probably have done a stellar job. He'll be citing them too.
So Madlanga also had a challenge yesterday with Suleiman Karim's lawyers. And they were accusing him of being biased against their client. And he didn't take kindly to it. He was very upset. But I was like, okay, Madlanga is running a commission of inquiry. He's actually inquiring, you know.
Yes.
I so far have no complaints regarding what he's doing, because I understand that that is a commission of inquiry, right? If nothing is clear, he has to seek clarity. He's asking questions, right? That's a commission of inquiry. It's not a criminal case where he has to remain objective and try by all means to not be interested in the details of who is who and what is what. He wants to seek understanding. It's a commission of inquiry. It's a different ball game. You are looking for answers there. You literally have nothing. There's no state. There's no defense. There's none of that. It's
But
not
there
a court.
is this video that talks about how to bury evidence.
In a commission of inquiry.
It's like not in a commission. It's creating a lot of commissioning of inquiries. Like, for instance, you look at the ad hoc. After ad hoc, there was this movement of these people that now are single-sided, and are being persecuted as people who are, in a sense, for me, a face of crime. And they're dealing with those people. There's ad hoc, there's Madlanga Commission. At the end of the day, nothing's going to happen.
Just like nothing happened with other inquiries in the past.
Yes. Already by taking out some people and putting some people in water, the ones you didn't take, they're going back. And I can tell you, the very same people, these are the very same people that the Commission of Inquiries and all these inquiries are all about.
They are launching people.
They are cleaning them. In my opinion, they are being cleaned.
Because after
they were never
what
pre-selected.
do you have in court? What can you use after you've shared every?
They were
evidence?
never pre-selected for crime. I'm being disturbed by my boy. He's up. They were never pre-selected for crime.
Okay.
That is to say, the first stage we are exonerating you. There's probably going to be the third one, fourth one. They are going to be exonerated. And they are going to get positions.
Joey.
And yeah. The problem, Emil, you can't have a situation where someone is your errand boy one way or another, and then you go on and to persecute that person. You don't do that because they will break. They will start talking.
I'm thinking about the 300 million rand of Northwest municipalities that allegedly went into that man's business accounts.
You see, Kabindo inquiry is a total different thing. Kabindo inquiry is the funeral of someone who was trying to actually
Bury
organize a
someone else.
funeral. Now that one is funny because you bought a box, you bought everything, spade, a shovel. You are going there to dig for someone. And you dig that hole. After you've done that, then heart attack ibetha wena.
Sekuinvestigate yena manje.
Oh. Angiyazi le nto mina. Hayi. Lo uyimbele yena igodi shame. Loya ulusukele nje ihlabathi igcwele igrass, everything was fine and good. Wayimba.
It's actually funny.
Wayimba. I don't know whether he was trying to eliminate the competition. I don't know what he was trying to do. But believe in you, me, I believe there is politics.
Couple of months
I believe
to
there's
enjoy
politics
retirement.
behind it. You know, for me, Ulokuzana, Uchauke is not a fan of the current administration. He's not a fan.
And they are also not.
He's not a fan because he has
Fan.
refused to do a lot of things, in my opinion, that he's not a fan, you know. So there might have been a mandate, and seemingly a mandate is failing.
Hayi ziyajika izinto. Like, I don't know what she's going to do, but it's getting worse and worse by every day that they call
akasadingakali nokuthi uchauka angene testify.
This has become about a very serious, disturbing thing that the Katamena squad was doing in KZN.
Which, in my opinion, they should be arrested by now.
Those are some scary things that they were doing to people, and it's mainly melanated.
If we were
people.
not being colonized, they should be arrested by now. Evidence is overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. People being shot at their back, running away. Yo,
Mabena came and testified. Mabena wethu.
There are disturbing things that are being heard there. Well, after the long adjournment, Advocate Baloyi said that Advocate Mnisi had asked for a turn to address the court. Well, Mnisi said that this is with respect to some questions that have been put to Mr. Ntanzi. At the outset, my lord, let me say that what is happening to him in respect of the evidence, in respect of the cross-examination that we are busy now with, from where I am standing, it's very unfair because wrong assertions are being put to him. And the reason why I'm saying this is as follows. I'm going to refer the court, and I've indicated earlier on that the putting of wrong assertions to a witness in the bigger scheme of things really constitutes an unfair trial. But this is what is happening. Tanzi gets confronted each moment. I think for the past week or so, he has been confronted about the fact that the information that is contained in the photos reflect the date on which those photos could have been taken. And he has consistently been saying that it is not the case. But I wish to refer the court specifically to the record on which evidence of Warrant Officer Ndlovu, which is the basis of the state's cross-examination. Nisi referred the court to the proceedings of the 12th of June 2025. Now, this is when Warrant Officer Ndlovu was being cross-examined by Advocate Mshololo, and she said, and I must say from the solitude of my conscience, this is what Nisi said, I am very grateful to Advocate Mshololo to come up with this cross-examination. I don't think any one of us here would have foreseen that it will come as handy as it is coming now. Yeah, that was like a stellar moment for Advocate Mshololo. Despite the temper flares that were coming from the judge, she really handled that well. She was as calm as the storm. She was a star on that day, in my opinion. Nisi read the cross-examination of Advocate Mshololo to Warrant Officer Ndlovu. Mshololo said, you will correct me if I'm generalizing wrong, but from these few pictures, you testified that they were taken in 2020, and none of these pictures that you referred to the court contained in this exhibit were taken on the 26th of October 2014. And Ndlovu said, yes, it's true. Mshololo said, and you further testified that on the deleted pictures, and Ndlovu said, correct. Well, Mshololo said, in your testimony, you said that when you are using XYR, when you retrieve the information, are you able to deter or determine the pictures that were deleted? Is that correct? Then Ndlovu said, it's correct. Then the court came in and said, no. Scientifically, that cannot be true. Something that is deleted, and I'm using it as an adjectival noun by the advocate. She says you are able to retrieve the picture that you deleted. Do you understand that statement? And Ndlovu said, it's just a down print. There's no information on that photo. And Mnisi said, that is the point number one. Ndlovu said what? There's no information on that photo. He even referred to it as a down print, the picture that has been deleted. Even the judge tried. Did you see him trying to convince or to spin what Ndlovu was saying when he was still on the stand? Well, Mnisi said that the court says that's it, yeah, but textually it shows a copy at least of what was deleted, not the original. And I want to be precise in my thinking is what the judge said, because this case goes somewhere else. Somebody else will say, and then he was cut off. There was an intervention, and I hope he can hear how ridiculous he sounds while the record is being read back. Maybe he doesn't see it via YouTube. Maybe he doesn't see it as he's reading the record himself. But hopefully when someone reads the words that he utters, he can hear how ridiculous he sounds as a judge. This is the moment Mshololo blue ticked the judge, because honestly at that time it felt like he was trying to get under her skin and to get her to abandon this line of cross-examination, because at the time he could tell that it's not going to be good for the state to get Ndlovu to admit that photos can be edited.
Yes.
Then Mshololo said, Mr. Ndlovu, I'm not fighting with you. Please do not be emotional. And at the time we knew he was not really talking to Ndlovu, he was talking to the judge. I'm not fighting with you. I'm just clarifying the evidence of what you're saying. That is why I said, correct me if I'm wrong. And then Ndlovu said, I'm also responding to a question I'm being asked. Mshololo said, okay, let us reduce emotions. I understood you to say even the deleted pictures through your machine, you are able to retrieve them. You have clarified the manner in which you are able to retrieve a copy of that picture. So in other words, what is shown before the court is not the real picture. It was a copy because the original have been deleted. Ndlovu said, I will say that again. What you see there is just a copy, which is an indicator that a photo was there. Hence, we don't have the information underneath that guides us as to when the photo was taken and stuff.
You are lying. No, the witness. The judge has overruled the witness. That witness is lying. He must know where he is, that he lied in court.
I'm glad Advocate Blizzy read that transcript in full and did not rob it. He read it in full. Well, Mshololo said, so it means even your X-ray format that you used to retrieve the deleted information could not be retrieved. You could not get the information as to when the original picture was taken. Then there was an interruption with the interpreter being called to go attend to another court that needed to have an interpreter. And as they were waiting, the judge was now talking about Ukraine destroying jets and the Soviet Union and blah, blah, blah. Well, Mshololo said, Mr. Ndlovu, I'm going to repeat the question once the court interpreter returned, or there came another one. I don't remember whether another one came. I think another one came. And then Mshololo said, Mr. Ndlovu, I'm going to repeat the question again so that you can answer my question. The deleted pictures, even if you are using X-ray format, you were using to retrieve those pictures or copies, you also could not determine. She said X-ray, it's XRY. Or retrieve the date on which those pictures were taken. Ndlovu said, yes, that's correct. But most importantly, Mnisi also went to the re-examination by Dr. Sibanda. Sibanda said, yesterday when you gave your testimony, you indicated that the pictures were the date where you could, put on the pictures was 2020. My question to you, is it the date in which the photos were transferred on the SD card, or is it the date on which they were captured with the J5 camera? The date that you gave that depicts 2019 to 2020 on the pictures, is it the date in which they were captured on camera, or is it the date on which they were transferred on the SD card? The answer from Mr. Ndlovu was that, can I explain this in the following manner? With regard to the pictures, if you're opening the picture, it can show you that it was taken by a Samsung or with a Samsung J5. The date that it depicts on the picture, it is the date on which the photo was transferred to the SD card. So Mnisi said, now I said earlier on, my lord, that Mr. Ntanzi is being confronted. Yes, transferred.
So the date created on the card is the transferred date.
It was transferred.
Yes.
So now they are putting these prepositions on Ntanzi.
Yes,
and
I listen to evidence, amen. Even though I sleep when it's boring, I listen to evidence.
Yes, I know.
It's the date that is transferred.
I got that. I caught
it's the date that is transferred.
It's transferred.
Yes.
The date when you transfer the picture to the memory card is the date that is captured and the date created on the picture you transferred to the memory card. Which changes
the date, the original date of metadata.
Yes.
When the data it was captured.
Yes.
Transferred. So all the pictures, in a sense, that are in a card
the date that were transferred.
Unless, of course, they were saved directly from the camera to the memory card.
Which is highly unlikely if they were coming from an InShot app. Highly unlikely.
Yes. Please explain this to these people because they don't listen. They are busy saying, hey. Bazo bebet, hey, Mr. Anonymous, uyalala, Mr. Anonymous, hey. Please explain it to them.
I've explained. The date becomes date created. It becomes
when it's transferred
from the phone,
to
the memory of the phone of the device to the memory of the memory card, or to the space in the memory card. So that date, when you move it, becomes date created once it's inside the memory card.
Yes.
So Mnisi said, now I said earlier on, my lord, that Mr. Ntanzi is being confronted with prepositions which are not entirely accurate, and that is very unfair to him. And I agree with this. If this that I've just put on record here does not really turn to put beyond doubt or to solve what is been happening all along, then I don't know, my lord. What is it that will take to demonstrate that the information that Mr. Ntanzi is being confronted with is inaccurate? And to confront a witness with information that is not correct is not only unethical, it is unlawful, because that is misleading, my lord. That is the information that I actually wanted to put to the court. That is all that has been happening with Ntanzi here. The state is their own version through Mr. Ndlovu have told the court that the date that is appearing on these pictures is actually not the date to which the pictures were taken, but these are the dates on which the pictures were transferred to the SD card.
I listen to evidence. No, that's not the case. I listen to evidence. That's not the case. Mr. Balui. Hello?
Hello.
Didn't Mr. Ndlovu say date created is the date when the picture was taken?
It was taken. Yes, my
Hello?
lord. Yes, my lord.
And by the way, I've listened to the evidence and I'm gonna rule that we continue with this evidence. I have a right. Hello, there's a case law that allows me to overrule the expert.
Yo way. Well, Mnisi covered the rest of what he missed, and he said it was still Mshololo's cross-examination. He covered that point where Mshololo asked the question, and he said to Ndlovu, the question I'm going to ask because you've been a police officer generally for a period of over 20 years. In your experience as a police officer, do you know that the pictures are capable of being edited? I'm not sure whether I'm using the correct word.
Ndlovu. Yeah. And Ndlovu was honest here, shame. He even put himself in that. You know, say this thing of trying to glorify yourself. I can do it too. The judge was like, Ish.
He tried to save the situation, whatever. He really tried. He really tried to salvage the situation. It was too late. Mshololo beka saqedile. She was done.
That's evidence I listened to.
And he said, I'm asking generally that the pictures are capable of being edited. And Ndlovu said, yes, I do have knowledge of that. And Mshololo said, it does happen. And Ndlovu said, yes, it is so. And I'm also able to do that.
I rest my case.
Amen. Nisi then said, thank you, my lord. That's the information I wanted to augment my submission about. And they just said, Baloy. Mr. Baloy started with the defense, the rest of the defense counsel. And he said, Baloy. In response, well, Baloy said, the counsel is busy with argument. And he's taking issues that come up in cross-examination in general to say that we must be considered to the point. that at the end of the case, those pictures will be argued. The first point is, what type of evidence are we busy with regarding the photos? My lord, photos are real exhibits. And so far as real exhibits are concerned, the question are they relevant and reliable? We submit that they are relevant and reliable. These photos show the metadata, and they are photos of the accused. He does not deny it himself. We submit that cross-examination is admissible. It is relevant. Secondly, as far as reliability is concerned, that is the issue that will arise at the end of the case. But the fact of the matter is, Warrant Officer Ndlovu did authenticate the photos. We took the court through the relevant pages where Warrant Officer Ndlovu testified that there is doubt as far as the chain of custody is concerned, that the photos have not been tampered with. He authenticated the photos. He also read the record when Ndlovu said you are able to delete the
phone was never
picture.
Downloaded, Angit.
No, it's only the memory card and the SIM cards that were downloaded, not the phone itself or what was stored inside the phone. He said he couldn't open it, right? He also read the record when Ndlovu said you are able to delete the picture when you no longer need it on your phone. And when you have a memory card, but you do not delete it on the memory card, it remains there, which is why when you do the extraction using physical, that is not the XRY technique, you are able to see what is written there that is deleted, and it will even actually there on the memory card. But he did say that the original data will be lost, though, you know.
But they took that portion. See that portion? They went to create a sample. And they came back.
And they came
good students. And as good students.
But they can't explain how.
And as good
how
students.
They did it.
As good students, they always fail somewhere. So they fall short of understanding that if the picture was transferred from the cell phone, the shell phone, and it went to the SIM card, to the memory card, it has lost the metadata information, and it creates new data for that time.
When you
the metadata for that movement.
Yes. They forgot that little important detail.
That's why they were creating the duplicate of a picture. They were trying to show the picture was deleted. But XRY brought back everything. So we are able to see the metadata, which is the big fail. I'm hearing that in other states like Nigeria, law has been
they're incorporating
computer science. It's important.
You study both.
It's very important
you
because
take computer science modules with law.
It's very important. I think it's key
to winning cases,
to avoid also such to avoid these bad cookings sometimes. To create a better view. If you are going to sort of cook a case properly, you must clearly have a logic of things and also understand the technology around it. More especially such cases.
So they are doing coding. Your law degree will come with coding in Nigeria.
Is there.
And they are pushed to do it. Remember what Nigerians are doing all over the world. So this is a profession of scamming and stuff. So they have to keep up their lawyers there.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice. I only wish that South Africa could join as well, because we are also under search. People's monies are disappearing.
We South Africa menga join. Menga report dokotela belo. Have you thought about that? Yazi computer science when.
Yeah, but look at what Malo is doing. If there was a lawyer in that
they
court,
would forget these big names such as
computer science, they'd be like, hell no.
They will forget
Hell
these names such as
to the no.
verbosit and whatnot.
Yes.
It's like mixing. I'm a cricketer too.
I'll be like, hell to the no. How is that even possible?
Bengancipho dokotela.
How is that possible?
Habe. Hey.
Njani manje?
Bengancipho dokotela ngiyakutshela.
Ayibazoncipha ngampela. Right now, law is too easy. It's a law. It's a walk in the park. It's a walk in the park right now. So they should really think about
graduations are
incorporating. Yeah, they are a lot. The law students are a lot. There are many.
And there's no job.
Well, you just have to be innovative. You can't say you're going to be a lawyer and become an attorney. It's not for everyone. So you must be creative.
In what way?
Find a position, incorporate that.
Oh, and practice there, and then eventually go out.
So you have to be creative when you have a law degree, so that you don't find yourself where you feel like,
you can fake everything. You can fake code. Code.
I think it's time we should follow Nigeria in this league. You know why? Because they are infested with a lot of scammers and they can't keep up. These scammers are so smart.
Yazi into ngecode yini. Ngisho ngayifaka ku-AI izokunikeza i-answer correct ne. But you still need to change certain variables. To suit
what you have,
your
the situation that you
have. Understand? And if you don't understand the code, because you would not know where to change these variables. You know, and you would not know what to change them to. So yes, AI can come into your aid now and then, but you still need to understand.
Now there's also a cybersecurity issue. Apparently with cybersecurity as well, when you have law, you are good to go. Cybersecurity, as much as it's a computer science thing or an IT thing, but having law is also helpful.
You must have both.
Yeah, you must have both.
Because law is not going to help you protect you from all these other things.
But
understanding the law behind it is okay. I understand, but protection is what we are looking for at the time.
Yes.
Law is aftermath of cyber.
I agree with cybersecurity. You have to do some ethical hacking. They call it ethical hacking. So that's why you need some bit of lawnyana to help you navigate, so that you come up with the best protection means for a company on how they can protect their data from scammers.
That's it.
Did you guys see Advocate Malloy looking
at computer science?
Very few. Very few. I haven't seen someone
because
with a
most of
PhD.
these research is, when you continue, it's robotic, AI, whatnot that you have to research, and you are incorporating other departments. So it's not easy topics.
No, it's not.
So you understand? Odokotela bengancipha. Yeah, lelifana nani? Mungathi actual go inside the law. You have caved into your dokotela, and you also have reduced our lawyers properly, nice, without telling them that they must stop studying law. Because once there's mathematics, the tendency is such that people run away. I guess they come with MathLit, and then they know that MathLit would not allow you to deal with proper mathematics at varsity. So they run away. There's no LO there that is going to assist you with the proper distinction of LO. No.
And the lawyers that you are now considering as sharks, you know, those lawyers that are untouchable and beasts. Let me tell you the secret behind those lawyers. They actually have a technology behind them. They've got people that do the research online.
And I know good those
systems.
Those ones you are talking about, like Boss Kakane. Most of them, they started studying EBA law.
Yes, and then
And they were studying, those times we were studying, there was no handovers.
yes.
There was
so
no.
it ended up taking 6-7 years. Or
Yeah.
So.
So those people, they understand what they are talking about. They did the royal.
Yeah, you would start with an undergrad and then do LLB. It's not like now where under 4 years you can get your LLB. Back then you had to start with an undergrad of law and then enter LLB, which would take 5-6 years or so.
Ubona ukuthi ukube kuthiwa those things were incorporated, those students will be sitting there or they'll be studying. If computer science was put in,
Bengeke beyohlala court.
that thing requires you to practice. I guess.
They were gonna have to go to the labs and sit there or sit with their laptops and figure out what's
Exactly.
going on. Because right now you're competing with very intelligent. You have to catch a scammer. How are you gonna do that? Someone who can take 500 million from a bank. You have to prosecute for that. How are you gonna do it if you don't have computer science and are able to track what exactly happened? So there's something to think about. The criminals are getting faster and ahead and faster and more intelligent, and so you gotta know your stuff. He said you first take the photo, then it gets saved in the memory card. And Baloy said we therefore submit that we should be allowed to cross-examine Mr. Ntanzi on these photos. Nisi said nobody's arguing that the state should not cross-examine on the evidence that the state is presenting, and the state argued that this is relevant evidence. Nobody argues that, but my issue is no fairness. Is it fair to confront a witness with suppositions or prepositions that are not entirely correct? Obviously, the answer is unfair, and the court has said in many a time. The state says to Mr. Ntanzi that photocopied raw indicates that it has been deleted. According to Warrant Officer Ndlovu, he also said that the photo is being deleted. We retrieve a copy of that photo, but the information as to when that photo was taken and the metadata, you will no longer be able to get that information. And that is exactly what Warrant Officer Ndlovu said. Now, despite the information, the state proceeds and confronts Mr. Ntanzi on the photos, which according to the state mean that they were deleted. But still on those photos, the state says they were deleted. They were able to take Mr. Ntanzi through the metadata on the dates, and the state says that the dates of these photos were taken. That goes against the testimony of Mr. Ndlovu, who said that once the photo is deleted, you are no longer able to retrieve the metadata. And that is why I'm saying Mr. Ntanzi, on the basis of fairness, is being confronted with prepositions that are not entirely correct and are misleading. Unless the state says what was being said by Warrant Officer Ndlovu was incorrect, that which they were saying now is actually what is happening. I don't know on what authority they'll be saying that, because the state says they are an expert in this. They are not an expert in this regard. Their own expert says something that is against what they are doing now. Hence, I say that this is entirely unfair for the witness, that he should be constantly harassed and confronted with information that on the face of it is entirely incorrect. And I'm basing this on record. I'm not sucking this information from anywhere else. I've referred the court specifically to where, and I'm not arguing the case. I'm standing, and I'm only standing up on the basis of fairness, which will all owe this court. We owe this court an ethical duty that we need to be honest with this court. What is happening here really in terms of the duties found wanting? I'm not saying that the state should not cross-examine. They are free to cross-examine, but let the word fairness be at the forefront of what they are doing. Baloyi said Mnisi is mischaracterizing the evidence of Warrant Officer Ndlovu if he's saying that if the photo is deleted, you are unable to see the metadata on the photo. Well, he did not say that. There is not the original metadata of the original photo. That is what cannot be retrieved. Baloyi, wenza ngamabomu or what is going on, He said that 3 experts, you can retrieve the photo with deleted metadata. What they're doing now is not different from what the other experts have done. He's including holes and stain into this expert evidence that he's talking about. And then the judge said, in my view, you're talking about semantics. Ndlovu's evidence, if you listen to it carefully, is basically saying that the retrieval of a photo using the calls XRY, it exists. But in another form, it's not like it's no longer there. what is it that I'm getting at? I said is when you delete, what do you actually mean? But the actual scientific notion is that the photo exists in another form. But why are you able to retrieve it from the X-ray or XRY so that the photo is not dead? Counsel are privy to argue and persuade the court if they wish to say the cross-examination of this gentleman Tanzi is unfair because he's been confronted with facts which do not exist, and that is not my impression, you know? It seems like he doesn't even want to understand what Mnisi is saying. Well, the judge said that information exists in another form. And Mnisi said, hence I'm saying that what the state is saying to Mr. Ntanzi, specifically saying the photo was taken on this date, is incorrect, because what goes against the testimony of Warrant Officer Ndlovu unless the state says Warrant Officer Ndlovu was mistaken. Well, the judge ruled that the state continues, they continue with the cross-examination, and he said, and if you believe that there is impropriety, unlawfulness, unfairness, you are free to argue that, no problem, because me listening to this evidence, even an expert can be wrong. There you go. Nakia. The evidence, the expert evidence can be wrong now. All this time. He's an expert. Now the expert can be wrong. He said, I don't have to listen to the evidence of an expert, holus bolus.
Isn't he? Is arguing against the science also.
He is.
He is the one who said you cannot argue against the science.
But he argued against it by wanting DNA that doesn't match to being conclusive. He said, if I listen as I'm sitting and I listen, I find that the expert is wrong. I'm able to say in the aspect he's wrong. Like, for instance, the evidence of saying the evidence ceases to exist in the form in which it is encapsulated originally, it cannot be true. It exists in another form. You see why I was telling you guys that later on he's gonna phrase that what he was saying earlier on to fit this. He's saying X or Y, whatever you call it, it's a software. And Mnisi said, I think that is in line with what Mr. Mtanzi is saying. I do not dispute the fact that these photos were taken using my phone. It has always been my phone, the Samsung J500, that was taking these photos. But I contest the dates that they were taken immediately after his arrest. And this is confirmed by Mr. Ndlovu. He says once the photo gets deleted, you won't be able to retrieve it. And I know that on the other information we must rely on, except what Mr. Ndlovu is saying, I'm very well aware of the fact that the court is not bound by the testimony of the witness, but at least, my lord, it can be guided, okay? Then we'll continue. But we continued with cross-examination of Ntanzi, and he went to more deleted photos. Yeah, and he went on and on, you guys. I couldn't capture that for you, but this was the best I could do for today, okay? Or yesterday. That was the best I could do for yesterday, Mr. Nonza. Any last words?
I've been accused here of sleeping.
I'm sorry. I just needed you to come and join me. It's lonely, okay? I wanted your commentary.
I've been accused of sleeping here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Therefore, I've got no words other than to say, at least that's what evidence is saying. Hello? And the judge has ruled that an expert can be wrong.
It can be wrong, yes.
Yeah, that's what the judge said. And the judge can overrule the expert for, I don't know for what sake. But yeah, so, and also you can disagree with science. You can disagree, and he has been consistently doing that without saying it, but he's been doing that. So I don't know what this kind of behavior is actually.
There was also a point where he asked when Mabena died. He was hoping that they would say 2020 or something before.
When did he pass away?
So Balwe gave the date and said it was on the 23rd of September 2022. I'm laughing at how the judge was asking when he died, just after this whole thing happened with the SD card and everything. And he's like, so when did Sergeant Mabena die? Because I'm hearing here, you are pandering on his name,
Yeah.
He's been beninded about it. And his Balo is like 23rd of September 2022. And then he kept quiet. He's like, oh, damn.
Sbusiso, can someone block Sbusiso here? Sbusiso is telling me that I was snoring, and I don't generally snore. It was the kid that was snoring.
It wasn't Mr. Anonymous, it was the kid. It was the kid, you guys. It was the kid. Apologies.
Sbusiso, I don't know. It was a kid. The kid is closer to me. So it happens. Yo. It happens. Normally I would block the sound here.
I don't know what happened today.
Hey, Cindy saying I'm sleeping on shoot. Hi, Cindy. Hi. Wait.
Please, we are tired. I'm tired.
You can't say let's expect snores.
Guys. I'm tired.
But guys, thank you very much for...
I want him to wrap it up. I'm exhausted. If it wasn't for you guys, I would switch off my TV and leave him alone.
I'm being pushed here. Dido is saying, Anonza, it was you. Don't pull a balo here. No, it was not me. An expert does not snore. Obvious, I was not sleeping. I was thinking. Emily saw me closing my eyes. I was thinking.
And I said...
And then, it's difficult to come out of your thought when you are deep in them.
Yeah, when you're deep in thoughts.
But my kid then did not help by snoring. Hey, these young kids. But that's how it is, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Just laughing. No, people, I must be protected. Sikhamit. Hi guys, Sizwe 18, hi. Sanele Makubo would when adult pass gas, they blame it on Pindulo Manchinga. Hi Dido West, thank you for being with us. Cindy, thank you for being with us. Nkululeko Mlojwa, thank you for being with us. Busiso Sihlali, thank you for being with us. Osep, thank you for being with us. Mamfunega, thank you. Ubani futhi omunye engazi Ignatia Jimenez. It's been a while, Ignatia. Hlanjiwe Sibanda, also Hlanjiwe. Lucas Nkosi Page, thank you for being with us. Wise Man Delani, siyabonga ukuba la. Babani futhi omunye who's Mautwane Africa Chabadi, thank you for being with us, our member. Ntobeko Nxazonke, our member, thank you for being with us. Sibone Mlambo Designs, thank you for being with us. Tembelani Kanye, thank you for being with us. Siyabonga. Ubani omunye futhi Mpumi Zwane, thank you for being with us. Uyahleka Mpumi. Ngeke ngilifunde igama lakho uma ngabe uke wathi nje ngiyasinora. Joe Mqandi, thank you for being with us. Siba, thank you for being with us. Juanita Africa, thank you for being with us. Matsiriso, thank you for being with us. Zintle Nziba, thank you for being with us. Ngiyanibheka Thuli Tools, our moderator, thank you for being with us. Ngibonile Nomthozi Senlanga, ngibonile ngizombiza noma ngafika kuye. Christopher Bengu, thank you for being with us. Ubani Lona, Sbusiso Lloyd, Banks Kunene. Thank you for being with us. Kilebohile, our moderator. Thank you for being with us. My daughter. Amos Mtembo. Thank you for being with us. Sabonga Amos. Queen Sa. Thank you for being with us. Mthozi Senlanga, yes. Thank you for being with us, moderator. Thanks for pushing for these likes. Thank you. Let's press the like button, guys. Kosimko. Thank you for being with us. Agesibone ukuthi ubani singamshongo esemshile Olebo Heng. Thank you for being with us. Mpho Mutlong. Thank you for being with us. Siyabonga ukuthi nje nibe khona. Ake sibone lapha phambili Larry. I've mentioned you Borala Boteni Dladla Nonhlanhla. Thank you for being with us. Musa Manqele Awuduyazi. Thank you for being with us. Njomane 88. Thank you for being with us. Mpume Xulu Xabashe. Thank you for being with us. Gatuso. Thank you for being with us. Nkosinathi Zakwe. Thank you for being with us. Membership. Ishmael Justice. Thank you for being with us. Fisondlov. Thank you for being with us. Vivian Kuzwai. Thank you for being with us. Lawrence Butelezi. Thank you for being with us. Maruping Tetele. Thank you for being with us. Bolofo. Oatile ne?
Watile.
Oatile. Bolofo, thank you for being with us. Ngixolele. Lempane. Qheshe. Thank you for being with us. Yeah. Ngicabanga ukuthi nginibambe nonke. Babana Booty, thank you for being with us. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Archie Macheka. Oh, it's been a while, Archie. Thank you for being with us. Yeah. Ngiphelele manje, niphelele. Nabangidedile nabo bala phakathi ngibamentionini. Akekho ngamentionanga bafethu uThidide was to take a real nap the day. Ngizoyithatha Nhlanhla. Thank you for being with us, guys. At least that nap I came back live. At least. Ngibonge nje kini nonke. Naniki. Thank you. Sikubonile nawe Naniki. Awubakithi. Awuzibonga bafowethu. Thank you very much.